Hello everyone and welcome to the Curse of Strahd. Jonan, what is happening?
Alrighty. Welcome back to the Curse of Strahd, where our heroes, the Silver Stakes, are trapped in the land of Barovia, a land encased in mists and once ruled by the cruel vampire, Strahd von Zarovich. Last time, after the group managed to fend off an attack on the town from Baba Lysaga, the witch who claims to be the mother of Strahd and is trying to be his successor. With the threat of her returning day after day to attack the town of Valaki until it falls, the Silver Stakes and the town's militia came to a decision. The only way to defeat Baba is to gamble everything on an all-out assault on Castle Ravenloft at dawn. With this desperate plan, our heroes worked to tie up as many loose ends as they could before the day was up. They freed the famous wizard Mordenkainen from his madness and got his aid in the fight to come, as long as he finds his book. They returned the skull of Argenvost, the silver dragon, to his resting place, whilst Jean fought off the bitter revenant of the Order of the Silver Dragon's former commander, Vladimir. By returning the remains, they relit the beacon of the Silver Dragon to give hope to the people and peace to Vladimir and his men at long last. And last but not least, they managed to sneak into the village of Kresk and returned the holy symbol of Petrovna to her gravestone, which allowed them to attain a ring of rejuvenation. And during the journey, Elias, worried by the arrival of Blood Hunter reinforcements, opened up about their past and how they are in fact royalty on the run from the Underdark. Hence their desire to work with anyone who made the promise of keeping their secrets, an attitude they now regret and wish to correct. Now, the day's journey is complete. They are relaxing in the Blue Water Inn, getting one last meal in before the night is over. The ordeal has been 2 weeks at most, but it has felt like years. And now, win or lose, this is the last night. So, how do you guys wish to spend it?
I'd just like to say for the audience at home, I can't believe it. I've sacred my last blue.
Not quite yet. Let's not prematurely sacro.
Okay. On that note, pretty much. Well, I'm just eating.
Yeah, Malgrath is going to get a really good meal in.
Alrighty, yeah. I'll say that you all managed to get a good slap out meat meal all amongst yourselves. Also taking drinks, taking care not to get. Well, I presume you're not taking care not to get too hammered. I don't know.
I'm not taking a sip of booze.
Okay.
Same here, but
Well,
mainly because I'm scared about getting poisoned, but you know.
I was about to say this has been a vast change from the past, but then again, two of the people who got into the last drinking contest aren't around anymore, and one of them has undergone a massive counter change since then. So.
Yeah, Jean has finally sworn off his lifelong alcoholism on the eve of the final battle. Actually, it's been longer than that. I'll say for want of like any other conversation. Oh God, I gotta get into the accent. Feels like it's been longer than it has, doesn't it?
We've been through a lot together.
Same. Murdering undead's dirty work, but someone's got to do it.
I never imagined coming here that this of all ventures would be what set me straight. Guess I had more hero in me than my father ever thought, and more than I ever thought. Strange to consider, but here we are.
I wonder if it's really going to be the end, you know? Like maybe she's going to die and there's just going to be transferred to another person and we have to do it again.
We can only hope nothing else crawls out from any other rocks once we're done here.
Yeah, Baba seems to be
Indeed.
the kind of person that if there was anyone who could challenge her, she would have put them down pretty quick. I think she just had Strahd around for giggles.
So it seems. We can only hope. In any case, that's the greatest gift we've been given, and that we're trying to give.
Did we ever ask how long it's been that they've been in this state? I don't think so.
I think they lost track, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
Must have been pretty long if you lose track.
It's hard to keep time when it's, always grey and you don't have any sunrise.
Yeah, I miss the sun.
It's unfathomable to me to imagine how it's been for the people around us for so long, and how it's going to change if we succeed. Jean pauses, shakes his head, and says, "When we succeed."
Poor Irina.
One more person to save, and we will.
Actually, I would kind of like to, at that table, real quick, set up a scrying ritual, and I will try and scry on Irina.
okay, so you're looking for Irina specifically, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you focus the alien, and it's. I'm gonna say it takes you a few minutes. You focus on Irina, and you do find her. The image, maybe a wisdom check.
Technically, she has to make one as well before I catch her.
Okay, well,
Wisdom saving.
it's just a wisdom check. I'll explain.
Just for me. All right.
It's a complicated defeat, and I'll explain why.
Oh, shouldn't be advantage. Sorry.
No, that's fine. It's happened.
Oh, ew!
Oh no!
Okay.
Gross. First roll of game.
You focus on the image. You focus hard on the image, and you see. It's curious. You see Irina standing up, almost as if like a guard, and you can see from her expression that this is someone who does not want to be here, but she is solemnly standing to attention. But this is the weird thing. You cannot see anything else. Not where she actually is, not who she's with, if not who's around her. It's like there's an inky blackness just surrounding her from all sides, obscuring everything. And as you're staring, you just hear the voice going, "Patience. Patience."
Well, she's alive.
I, su-
I'm pretty sure she's gonna use Irina against us somehow.
We have ways around that. I'll glance at all the others, taking like note of Elias, but not especially bothering them because awkward situation, and I'll say to the long-term party members, whatever happens at dawn, thank you, all of you, and know that in me you'll always have a friend. In more ways than I care to name, in a place so public, you dragged me from the darkness.
I think we've all helped each other out in more ways than we care to realize.
I came to these lands with nothing but anger in my heart, and with the help of the rest of you, I've not only reclaimed my wife, but, well, Lily, I suppose I was going to tell you later, but I hopefully now have the power to bring back our daughter, Freya. And I even managed to put the murder of my father to the rest as well.
Lily is just sort of staring wide-eyed, and just at that point, she just kind of rushes over and just goes, "You're certain of this? We can bring her?"
I'm not 100% certain. I mean, I got the power from one of the sarcophagi from the Golden Temple, Amber Temple, but I'm not entirely sure if it's truthful.
See, so it's definitely worth it. For her, we have to take that chance. And
For her, there's no price too high.
She nods, and then he goes, "Well, that settles it. I'm coming with you in this battle."
I wouldn't have it any other way.
She smiles and wraps her hand around yours.
So what exactly are we gonna do tomorrow? Like, is it just gonna be a big army marching to the castle and then we attack the castle?
I had hoped we could sneak our way inside.
I do still have that dust of disappearance.
I'm not so sure Barbara will be as easily to fool as the enemies we've come across before.
Well, we could that would at least get us past the gates, perhaps.
At this point, Nico, who's just sort of been quietly mopping up glasses, said, "The town council are coming out with a plan now. Hopefully, it won't be just charge at the gate to see what happens, but I guess we'll have to see. I suppose it is an option if we are completely desperate."
In any case, the time I spent in the Arcadian military gave me at least one thing, an old saying that I find has especially applied to us in the past weeks. No plan survives contact with the enemy.
That's why it's always best to go with no plan.
No, that is completely wrong.
We just hear what's his face?
Rictavio.
Like,
Octavio.
somewhere in the
Yeah,
distance
kids
he's
these
screaming.
days.
I'll say it's wise to prepare for as many contingencies as possible, but the sad truth is the enemy we were prepared to fight is dead. So, as they say, who knows?
Well, that's not exactly inspiring. But I have seen your group in action, and you are powerful, if it ill planned. I've seen you take down enemies I thought impossible to destroy before. So I believe you can do this.
It's good to hear that, at least. And in our defense, we have tried to plan, but most of the plans we have made ended up as dead as Strahd. So, and I shrug.
Kildrin, can you spy on anyone?
What? Not today. That was my last 5th level.
I traveled with a group before, and I'm afraid I did them wrong. It would be nice to know if they were still alive and well. But in a way, maybe I prefer just thinking the best rather than knowing.
I can try, once we get out of this alive and well.
Danica here has many contacts. Perhaps if you tell her who you're looking for.
He looks up at you and goes, It depends on who you're referring to. I can't say if there's anyone you met in the castle, but in terms of the Death House incident, she smiles. I think they're still around. They've been wandering since those days.
How does she know?
That
It's her job.
does alarm Elias quite a bit.
It's scary.
Sees you on chuckles. Sees the one other guest in the bar's asleep and goes, well, we have a way of getting around and passing messages, and let's just say a building being struck by lightning multiple times, it attracts attention. She chuckles and goes, don't worry. If you have any of these secrets, they'll be well safe with us.
Did she make a will save?
Okay, sure. Just trying to double check what our wisdom modifier is. Come on.
I was really torn on doing it, but
Alright. Unnatural 20. What were you trying to do?
I met the gaze of the eyes, and I very blatantly tried to charm person. Like, she will instantly know I tried to charm person.
Okay, so she chuckles and then goes, you could have asked.
That hasn't been working for me well recently.
He chuckles. That's what sometimes it's better to go with a friendlier approach rather than instantly resorting to manipulation.
Those are wise words, and I thank you for taking this in good favor. I really think I should be going now.
And alrighty, as you head off, I presume upstairs to your room or just outside?
Just out of the general area.
Will you be back? Will you be back tomorrow? Okay, he's
And so,
yeah.
Oh, the good old.
Alrighty. And so-
Danica, is Pietro okay? He wasn't in the cage, was he?
It was no. Thankfully, he was mainly assigned to keep an eye on things here and in the organ grind. And those people, I'm afraid, they were connected more to Danikov on the Vine. They were assigned to search for the missing white stone.
Oh, okay. Well, we found it, so.
He's smart. Indeed, and he'll be very grateful for that. Especially since, well, our finest wine will finally be back on the menu after so many months of it not being around.
speaking of
Purple
wine,
Dragon
can I have a cup of your second finest wine?
She chuckles, of course, and starts pouring you another one.
I'll shake my head and say, Ovid, after all these years, here I am, having let the rivers flow again, and I can't even take a sip. Would defeat the purpose of everything I've done.
I mean, they might make grape juice out of the same grapes.
Not the same.
Oh, and chuckles as this goes. We have water in the well. That'll do just as good.
That it will. I'll glance at the others and I'll glance at the others and say, well, I suppose the evening's festivities are drawing to a close. If any of you have need of me, I'll be outside. And I start to walk off, but before I do, I glance back, look at Keldrin, and say, and Keldrin, if you would not mind, I would wish to speak with you at some point before showtime, as it were.
With me?
Yes.
Okay.
If you would care to, of course.
Like, now?
When you wish. As I say, I have a few last things to tend to.
Okay. I'm gonna follow you out, I guess.
At this
Okay.
point, I will say my good evenings and retire to bed.
Good night, Maldrath.
Yeah, same as well.
See you all bright and early.
Alrighty.
Immediately
I
am-
outside is a very uncomfortable Elias.
Oh, hi. Are you gonna... There's beds inside.
Yes. That didn't go very well. Goodbye. I'm gonna leave.
Hey, is it just because she knows things about you? Because you can trust her, you know.
Oh, sure you trust her.
If we gave you information about her, would that make you more comfortable?
It would mean I know more about her. But I wouldn't say I could trust anybody. And to be perfectly frank, I wouldn't advise trusting anyone at all. Good night.
Bye.
I watch the exchange happen without a word. I am not one to question like personal decisions like that.
Okay. So, most of the party is retired to bed, apart from you two outside here. So, I'll just also get the camera in for the stream. So, what are you two doing before heading ahead?
So, what's up?
Well, I suppose I just wanted to take a moment to sort of establish accounts with someone else. I told so much to Ward, and now, well, he's long behind us, or long ahead of us, or long running circles around us, whichever one applies.
The distance we hear.
on the heels of a faint mask muffled whoop 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 whoop. I glance down at my hip and slowly draw my silvered longsword and just plant it in the ground in front of me and say, I don't wish to take up more of your night than needs be, but would you care to hear a story?
I mean, if not tonight, then when? Might not be here tomorrow.
Fair enough. This sword is the blade I received commissioned by my father when I was to become a knight 11 years ago. It was all so easy at the time. I suppose it says much of the Arcadian Imperium that merit and skill and virtue are menial things when your father is Duke Gaspard Duvalier of the Green Fields. It was mine, this blade. A marker of a man sworn to virtue, and one day it was to be my brother Gabriel's. Was to be, until I got drunk and careless and allowed him to be taken by bandits. I am not proud of what I did to them, and I will forever be haunted I will forever be haunted for allowing my younger brother to die. But now here we are, on the eve of destiny, so to speak, and against everything I ever thought, and everything my bastard father believed. It seems I'm about to at least attempt to become the hero Gabriel believed me to be.
I mean, you've been pretty heroic all along. At least, I think so.
I wish I could say I believed that as much as I appreciate hearing it. When I came here, I was a drunk emulating a father who did not deserve it. I chuckle, just sort of sardonically, and say, believe it or not, I suppose I've proven it in ways since, but I am not quite as ridiculous as I let on when we came here.
Well, no, that was kind of obvious. Not many people are. No, I have to say it. Like, just from what I've experienced, which isn't a lot, is that people who are like funny or ridiculous, as you said, it's usually because they're hiding something else. Usually. Mostly. Sometimes. You get what I mean?
You're an insightful person, Keldrin.
Yeah, bitch, plus 12!
I sigh, draw the sword and return it to its place.
Can I look at that? Do you mind?
I look aside, nod, and say, "Here, finest Arcadian forge work."
I just kind of like expert crafter's eye over it, and then just like, it's a very good sword.
Yeah,
And
and just for like flavor, it's fancy, but like in a masterfully crafted way. It's a mundane longsword, but like it looks cooler than a longsword practically should. And there's like little silver like a little sapphire studded in the guard and all that. And I return it back to my hip. A sword made for a hero, apparently. At least that's what my brother thought. He saw that in me. Older brothers and all. He loved the tales of heroes and knights of old. People like who Vladimir used to be, and who I have apparently become in the 2 weeks you've known me.
I'm sure he'd be proud of you.
Thank you.
Maybe when you release the other sword, it can go say hi to him.
I was thinking exactly that. When all of this is done, I believe I'll lay them to rest together. Blades meant for good brothers. Keldrin, forgive me if this seems uncharacteristically sentimental of me, but do you know what that pin I gave you signifies?
Yeah, bravery, you said, right?
Exactly. And, well, for want of, well, as you said, best to express these things while we have the chance. You may not believe it, but you're the bravest person I've ever known.
I just like the design, you know? The kite is very pretty. Very fast bird, too.
You wear
Good
it better
enamel
than
work.
you wear it better than I ever did.
I should thank you guys too, but I'm not very good at like group stuff. For making me feel like I could be taken seriously. I still just want to go home. I really hope tomorrow's going to be the last one.
I do too. And I'll take a knee then, just sort of getting on a level, because like that's short by short standards, and I'll just reach out, place a hand on your shoulder, and say, "He'll do us proud tomorrow, and we'll get through this."
I should probably go sleep.
You probably should. Thank you for all you've done for all of us.
Yeah. Thank you too. I'm gonna run upstairs to my bed.
Okay.
And when she's gone, I'll just glance down at my twin swords, then up at the sky. No moon to be seen in like the eternal mists, but like sort of approximating it, and I'll say, "Time to make you proud, Gabriel. That'll give me strength."
Exit stage left.
And that's that's the last thing I'd like to do before we pack up.
And so you all begin to turn in one after another. Funnily enough, considering everything that's happening, you all have a peaceful sleep. Well, apart from one. Elias, during the night, you get one you have one dream. You find yourself surrounded by almost drenched by this mysterious black rain. In the background, you hear the occasional cry or scream as if something's being torn or injured, but but it's all kind of muted, like on a very low volume. There is one voice that does speak to you, though. Elias.
Oh no.
You once served with Strahd. So, I am giving you one last opportunity. Join us tomorrow, and I assure you, your life will be spared, and your secrets will be safe.
No answer. I was afraid she'd say that.
There is a long pause. The rain continues. Let's go. I understand you keep your cards close to your chest, but I do need an answer. You have no attachments to these people. Why risk your life for something so hopeless?
What would you have me do?
Take down my enemies, of course. After that, we still have... The future is uncertain, but I would like to return Barovia to what it once was, the way Strahd envisioned it.
But they are so strong, and I am one person.
Really, fear is what binds you. I thought you were more cunning than that.
So what if I said yes?
She isn't. Oh. Simply put, I would wait eagerly for you to show your loyalty. But if you try to deceive me, there are worse things than death.
So DM, I am going to try and deceive her. Will she? Do I make a
Okay.
roll, or does she just know? That's what I'm worried about.
Sure, make a roll.
Okay, I'm going to bluff.
And she will roll against you.
Make yours a hidden one, Jonan.
Alrighty.
Just for the funsies.
Alrighty. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Actually,
My survival is of the utmost importance to me. I serve Strahd,
but even insight is it.
and I can serve you too. Already, too many people know my secret. I'm not safe here, but I know you're powerful. And I'm content to serve the most powerful, if it means I survive.
He's smart. Oh, so there he goes. X. I knew you would see it my way. So, if you are true to your word, when you get an opportunity during the battle, slay one of them. Doesn't matter which one. Just as soon as the right opportunity comes. I want you to do it in front of me just to show your loyalty. And remember that I have ways of making your life a living hell. Do not try to mess with me. Understood, Elias?
I understand.
Sleep dreams. Tomorrow is going to be interesting. The dawn of a new era. And with that, the rain gets louder, completely obscuring your vision. And then you fade to black and eventually wake up. The light is... It's a slightly brighter mist, which you begin to see as yet another sun, which is another familiarity of you. And you now know that it is time for the final battle. One by one, you wake up, strap up your weapons, repair your gear, and you head outside.
Well, I want to wake up, splash water on my face, and then slap it really hard to make sure I'm awake.
Okay. Make me an attack roll. No, I'm joking. You slap yourself, you know you're awake. For one thing, no one's asking you to do something within 5 minutes. So,
That could be a test.
but yeah. With that, one by one, you walk outside. And with that, we're going to have a change of scene. As you walk towards the town gates outside of Barovia. I'll bring you to the marker. And slight change of music because it's played the wrong one. You step outside and you see it's a ramshackled group. Vistani, town militia, and some of them you recognize. You realize that there is a difference between the armies of Valaki and the ones from the village of Barovia in that one has a bit more craftsmanship and a bit more care put into it than the others. But as you step outside, you see you see the ramshackle war council standing in the middle. And as you all approach, they go, good. Alrighty. We spend the night talking. Then this is the strategy we come up with. Fit up closest float. And tend to this goes to the army. The main infantry, led by the captain of the town guard, Leo, will take up a spearhead formation and smash through the main front lines. The back line will consist of Esmeralda, Octavio, Ismark, the two blood hunters, and myself. We'll make sure nothing gets through and step in to support the front lines if needs be. The silver stakes, until we get to Ravenloft, stay in the center. Your job is to get into the castle as fresh as possible. We don't know what Baba is capable of, or what allies she has with her. So we need you at top strength. Got that?
Understood.
Has there been any word of our mage friend?
Sadly, not yet. We've been trying to get some message spells to him. He just keeps saying, I'll be there soon.
Well, he knows where the castle is, so... Guys, just in case we do need it, if I throw this pouch of dust in the air, everybody within 10 feet of me turns invisible for a couple minutes. So, just let's stick close together.
I would prefer that anyway.
And at that point, Philip nods and goes, good plan. If you use that when we approach the castle, we can hopefully use our main force to keep them occupied. Alright. If everyone's prepared, move out. And with that, you begin your marching down. It is a long, grim walk through the grey mist and the disturbingly quiet woods, which, again, like before, doesn't seem to be filled with any kind of wildlife. The nerves do seem to be getting to some people. And you can hear Leo trying to just be jaunty in the distance and go, last time I was in a battle like this, it was against a general named Rakis. The 2 hours have passed, but we fought to a draw. I almost lost my life, but that was another time, as they say. And what doesn't kill you can only make you stronger. I'm confident we'll win today.
I would at that point like to interject something to Leo and the assembled militia. Not exactly a speech, but just something to steady their nerves. I don't know if that's a persuasion check, but I know what I want to say.
I'd say it's just a speech at this point.
Okay, I'll just over that say. There was a line I read once, an old book. One of my brothers, I believe. There was a line in it I particularly liked. No matter how dark the night becomes, the light of day will always follow, for this is the nature of things. We have slain one darkness, and we will do it again.
Leo smiles at that and he goes, well, you heard the man? Onwards! You continue your long march through the twisting, winding old Slavic. You passed the old bone grinder, which is not a great thing to do. It doesn't bring you many happy memories, but well, Elias has no memories of it, but everyone else was a disturbing place. But as you begin to approach, you can see. So let's see. As you walk past it, you see another forest up ahead, but just beyond, you see a shadow of the hill in the distance, behind the thick cloud of fog, and on top of it, a building you recognize all too well, Castle Ravenloft. At this point, Philip raises his hand and yells, "Hold!" And the entire army grinds to a halt, before turning back to Esmeralda, who steps forwards and hurls a couple of firebolts through the mist, hoping to try and illuminate things somewhat. It creates a brief gap in the mist, which it's very brief, but the image is all too clear. Coming down the hill is a vast army of creatures. It's hard to make them all out of the shadows, but you see them marching one by one towards you, and in the woods distance, you hear the howls and snarls as direwolves and every other beast start prowling out of the shadows. Leo turns to Philip, who nods before yelling, "Everyone, stand your ground and march! Get the strike force into the castle! For Barovia!" And
I would like to add my own cry of "Vive la Barovia."
Okay. As you do so, you charge straight into the fray, and it just becomes a massive chaotic maelstrom of steel and blood and screaming as soldiers and direwolves and even some skeletons marching out all begin to clash in the chaotic fury. And it's at this point, as the two armies hunker down and start clashing, I would like someone to make me a Constitution throw.
Save?
Constitution save, yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
24.
Okay. Bolstered by everything you guys have just you managed to march through. Just with sheer grit and determination, you smash your way through the walls, sending them all flying. Even the skeletons aren't proving to be much of a challenge at the moment, as you burst your way through the woods and finally come up to the top of the hill. And it's at this point, as you're marching through, you have just as you're finding the last skeletons, you see charging down it skeleton riders on top of equally skeletal horses, charging towards you, flanking on your own sides with the different cavalry, and they're literally running circles around you at this point. But for a moment, it looks like as this all happens, the two blood hunters step away, going, "Damn! Looks like we're gonna have to keep them busy. You've got this. We'll be right behind you." And they then split off, taking care of the each attacking the guys one by one. And someone roll me a d20 for me.
I'll do that one. Just a
As
d20.
Malgrath sees the Skeletal Riders come in, he offers a prayer to Kelemvor. So, Kelemvor, grant us your favor today, for we are all your servants. And then I'll just shout, "Men, keep Kelemvor in your hearts. He will guide you to glory."
I think Malgrath should roll that d20.
No,
I
please don't.
agree.
Oh, just a straight 20. It wasn't terrible.
Yes.
Okay, as you march on, at first, you continue your march up the road, and for the two bloodhunters are putting up a really good fight, but they can't keep track of all of them, and one of them does start to charge through, but before it can clatter into your ranks, a mysterious sign comes along. A paladin wearing a skull mask suddenly leaps in. Skull face paint leaps in, slashing at the slashing down the skeletal. And as for the brief moment of this, Maldraff, you recognize that this person is actually wearing the armor and trappings of Kelemvor. Whoever this person is, you don't know them, but they also recognize the religion you follow and give you a respectful bow before then taking one last opportunity to glance in your direction, Elias.
Yeah, Elias is wearing a robe and a hood to cover himself up from the Bloodhunters, but
Okay.
seeing this figure, they do take a long pause to look at it.
There's a brief second that feels like a really long moment as this person looks at you. Then they raise their own hood back up and charge down to assist the blood hunters with the with the rest of the skeleton riders. And with that, you two continue your charge upwards. This time around, you then see the next wave, a bunch of not quite, I'd say, fast-moving zombies. All they well, obviously not as fast as the other units, but they're headed in force, and it's now the army is now starting to struggle a bit as as the zombies are now proving resistant, starting to get up when they're hacked down. I'm gonna need someone else to make me a Constitution saving throw at this point.
Who's it gonna be?
I got a +1.
I've got a +9, so do people want me to do that again?
No, you can't. Somebody else has to do it now.
Okay.
Well, I have a +2 on the save.
Yeah, I'm a +3.
Go for it, Seth.
Yeah, it should probably be Seth. It never fails,
Okay.
Seth.
You are now you are managing to charge through, emboldened by everything that's going on. You are slamming into these creatures one by one, and just as it seems like, even with all that, even their resistance is not enough to stop your full-on force, and you keep marching forward, smacking them down left and right. And it's as you're marching along, you then come to you both only march on, and you see only up ahead. At first, you're thinking, "Okay, we're nearly at the top of the hill now. Things are in sight." And it's at that point you see an army of vampires spawn, all howling and hissing and charging straight down. Jean, you draw out the sort of light, and it's weakening them somewhat, but it's still the less trained army people. They are taking some hits. I now need someone else to make that Constitution saving throw.
Oh, here we go.
Who's it gonna be?
I'll take it. Ah, fudge.
It's the vampires are starting to weaken, and you're taking some heavy losses. And it's at this point, it's at this point I'm just going to roll something real quick here. Let's see, yeah, that should be good. And it is during all the chaos that you suddenly hear the vampires yell, "Oh shit, they're coming from it!" As he's suddenly slashed down by a group of vampires that jump out of you from behind during the mist. As he gets to his feet, crying, "Keep going, keep!" As he is continuously brutalized, and he is taken out of the fight. just as it seems like the Batline is going to be swarmed, however, a sudden barrage of magic, a sudden barrage of magical attacks strikes the vampires, slowing them down. And it's at this point you see a Dusk Elf. Oh, okay, I didn't mean to bring that up as well. A Dusk Elf seems to have been come around from behind and pelting the vampires of magic and managing to weaken them. And he calls out to the others. He calls out, "I've got him! Keep going! Keep going!" As he manages to drag the first. He's injured and won't be able to continue the fight, but at the very least, you managed to ensure that he's still alive, thanks to this particularly brave Dusk Elf. And
I told him to get out of here.
And with that, as they continue to march up the hill, you're almost there. You can see the castle in sight, but it's at that point you see the whole army of tree blights and these vine blights and twig blights you've seen before. The last line of defense that seems to be blocking it. I now need someone else to make me a Constitution saving.
It comes down to you, Elias.
Hey,
I swear you can't roll low.
I could totally have rolled low. It's only +3.
You all begin to charge the front lines one after you blaze through the twig and vine blight. It's just the tree blights that remain as they keep piling on after another. These almost like an imposing forest line marching towards you, and at this point, everything goes. Oh, you suddenly hear a crackle of lightning, and then suddenly a wall of fire followed by a barrage of lightning strikes these trees, and you look up and you see flying down Mordecai himself as he flies down his boat, as he flies down going, you think I haven't fought worse than this before? Whoever this babber is, she clearly has no imagination. As he continues to blast these, creating a gap. Philip then
What is this demented shrubbery?
It's Archmage hours, bitch.
At this point, I'll see you. All right, strike force, move now! Everyone else, realign, go to the front guard, keep them occupied, do it now!
Pass without trace, poof dust. We're invisible and super stealthy.
Alrighty, with that, you run through the gap that Mordenkainen has created, vanished from sight. None of the creatures notice you as you finally charge into Barovia. Into Ravenloft, over the bridge and through the main gates as you can still hear the battle going on behind you everyone is fighting tooth and nail against this army of trees. But after all that, you are now finally inside Castle Ravenloft.
Elias takes one look back at the former group and just says to themselves, "Good luck. I'm sorry."
My God, I just about shit a brick when I saw those pogs.
And quick question: are you bringing Andre with you? Or?
Into the castle?
I'm gonna leave him at the front gate and say, just as one last loose end. Wait for me, my companion. And if I do not return, run.
The horse gives a, and you guess it. You think you know what it means at this stage.
He goes over and snacks on a fallen tree blade.
it is very tasty. But yeah, as you enter, it's quiet. Almost too quiet, really. You can still hear the battle outside, but nothing else. You examine the surroundings, unsure where to go. And it is then you hear it. Barovia. Strahd's greatest creation. He took a land of wandering elves, a land corrupted by darkness, and created an immortal kingdom of eternal night. I always saw his potential and vowed to guide him, to protect him, to see his true greatness realized. What a shame it came to this, but it will all be over soon. At this point, you then hear another voice. Elias doesn't recognize it, and in fact, I think out of all of you, if I sit with the memory of that situation, the only one who recognizes it is Jean. It is a voice like cracked reeds, but one that carries tremendous power. What a shame it was. The nursemaid who couldn't protect the child from his fate. If only she had stepped out of the shadows to save him. If only fear of rejection didn't bind her so. Eva, you will know your place. And it is at that point, Jean, you recognize it. Madam Eva, the fortune teller who had guided you to your destiny so long ago, and you could hear her cackling away. No fear, Baba. I know how this charm works, and I will protect you for as long as I can. But know that I have seen the cards, and though it was surrounded in mist, I know now that this is where it all ends. And with that, John, you know where to go. When you were trying to catch up with the group after Ismark had the assassination attempt on him, you had stopped briefly and Madame Eva had read you a card to replace the one that the others had been. The location of the final battle, the Overlook. And I will guide you there now.
Oh my god, it all comes full circle.
Let's see. You walk down the unempty halls round the outside, following John's lead. Some of you were confused, and as you do so, you come to you come to a site. Okay, we come into. You walk in, and you see that Baba Lysaga is staring out at the Overlook. You can see from it this deep chasm that is the moat of Castle Ravenloft. The only thing visible from the swirling mists that block what might have once been a vast view of the entire kingdom of Rome. But that's not what gets your attention. At first, you see two figures you don't recognize at the front. One is a woman who looks a bit frightened and is trying to back away from you. Another, a stern-looking man who is cracking his knuckles and preparing for a fight. You recognize that
Are we still invisible at this point?
That's a good question. It would have been. I would say you have about Actually, I believe someone rolled me a d4 because
I already rolled it with 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, in that case, I will say. All right, you are on the last few I'll say you on the last few 30 seconds of it, but I will pause time whilst I describe this. You then also see in the second row behind Escher, the vampire who you were deceived to get out the last time. You, out of character, you don't recognize this poor man because he only spoke to Ward. As players, you may recognize him as the Wizard's apprentice, who is also looking like he's hitting some bricks, frankly. He's just going, oh god, no. In the row beyond that, you see Cyrus, the poor disheveled answer with the Strahd, who is just looking really confused at the situation. And here. Meanwhile, you see Asamir also standing there, looking very solemn. And in the back row, just before Baba herself, you see Irina solemnly standing to attention nearby, and a disheveled, old Vistani woman in a red robe narrates all of you. And okay, you are still invisible all at the moment, but I'm gonna make 2 rolls very quickly. Let's see.
Invisible and passed without traced. If that makes any difference.
Good to know. Good to know. Let's see. The others don't appear to notice, but
Oh my god!
At this point, it goes. So you've come. Hide all you like. It won't change much. But as Madam Eve so eloquently put it, this is the end. And with that, we'll be right back after this message from MVL.
That's the end of part 1, and part 2 is coming right up, so don't go anywhere. But I just wanted to take a moment during the break to thank all of you. Thank you for the likes, your kind comments through this crazy journey. This campaign has literally been years in the making. We've had issues with microphones, webcams, connections format, and even what to do during the break. It's evident right now, but you've stuck with us through it all, so thank you so much. And now, possibly one last time, The Curse of Strahd, Part 2.
Roll initiative, let's go!
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so looking at this. Alrighty, so it looks like Seth is start. Let's see, we start at Seth, followed by who have we got here? Okay, so it's Seth followed by Keldrin, followed by let's see,
John, I think.
Elias.
John and Elias.
Yeah, it looks like and then Elias followed by John, then Maldraff, and finally.
Just
Because
a
of
quick
course.
question. Before the invisibility wears off and we get put into combat, and am I able to chug my potion of invulnerability, or will I have to do it on my turn?
I will say yes.
Yes, I can do it, or yes, I need to do it on my turn.
No. Sorry. Yes, you can do it because you had some time when walking up there as well.
Did we do any other pre-battle things?
Yeah.
Got the oil of sharpness in, yeah.
You said something about swapping the potion, giving Seth the last oil of sharpness.
Yeah,
John,
we
was
did that.
Okay. So John, Maldraff, and them. Okay. So the battle begins, but as that happens, just before all the turn starts, two things happen. First, Baba waves her hand, and you notice this oily black substance starts pulls out of the ground and starts coiling around her, which Keldrin you recognize as a form of miasma. As he starts pulling that ability, and on initiative action 20, she is going to use a lair action, and she raises her other hand, and he goes, "I call on the spirits of the damned who dwell within these walls," and it is then that she summons to the field by her side. Summons towards the front. A spectre as a screaming, angry spirit appears out of the wall, going in an angry rage. And with that, we come to the top of the round. Seth, you're up.
I think I'm just gonna have to put a couple arrows into Barber, or attempt to.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, Hunter's Mark now on Barber.
Okay.
And then open with a sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm. That hits. That hits. Stop. I'm not. No, stop. You are not this. You're not the. You're not. You're not fussed by the crowd ahead of you. You have one target and you're focusing in on it. Drawing back the bow and firing straight at her. It surprisingly as it hit. You can tell it did a considerable amount of damage, but it wasn't as strong on as you like. It seems that you've seen it. She takes damage, but similar to what happened to Strahd. It seems like the arrow strikes the skin but doesn't pierce it. So you still have your extra attack.
Oh, there'll be another 3 points of damage on top of that from the oil of sharpness.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I forgot you had applied that. In that case, the arrow just pierces straight through her in that case.
And I'll one more arrow again, coated.
Okay.
Does she need to make concentration checks?
I will respond to that in just a second. And yeah, again, that hits.
Seth.
And there's Colossus Slayer on that one as well.
Okay. Okay, so with the extra 6 as well, these are struck on both sides, and these are heavy wounds that are buried in, and this, with the coiling armor trying to struck, managing to catch some of the arrows, reduce the damage somewhat, but she is still. But likewise, as she's still standing strong, but the arrows definitely pierced her skin. You can see the cracks forming in the stone-like body. And
so Seth's gonna dig deep. He's gonna do the action surge.
You.
And while he's got the advantage, he's gonna press it with another 2 arrows.
All right, go for it. Yeah, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll your damage with it. Okay. The damage is now piling up, and she's going as these arrows are just striking her one after the other. I believe you still have one more attack action because of action surge.
And this one I'm going to put into the spirit in front of us.
Okay. That is a hit. Go ahead. And okay, yeah, that's it. Basically, you land these out into but she is seething as all these cracks. Her eyes look at you with cold hatred, and then you just simply stare at her back, turn and fire at the spectre of an arrow that, with the coated oil arrow, it pierces straight through it and kills it instantly.
And I'll step to the side a little bit.
Okay, it's a no. Alrighty, so that is Seth's turn. Keldrin, you are up.
Okay. Power of Moonbeam on you, bitch! I'm gonna cast Moonbeam at 4th level.
Okay. Right, so she makes a con save.
DC, I think 16.
Yep,
Yeah.
he makes it.
Poop.
You form the glyph and it slammed straight on top of her, but she is able to raise her hand. The miasma armor coils around her, blocking most of the damage. It's still pretty powerful, though. That is, let me do quick math. I believe that's 18.
Yes.
That is 14.
14. Okay, so
Oh yeah. Ugh.
maths, eh?
Indeed, and it stays right there. It just hangs
Okay.
out in her space.
Alrighty. So he is still in this glitch of handling and casting as this damage is being piled on top of it. Do you have a bonus action, or is that your turn?
I'm just gonna move over. Just gonna hang out, petrified in fear. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. And let me just check something real quick.
Could you dump me a moonbeam while you're checking it?
Okay. Magic circle.
5 foot radius.
Yeah.
Whenever he's checking something, it's like, how dead are you guys?
Yeah.
Nice lair action. Same if somebody set Seth on it.
This isn't the one I've been using for Moonbeam, but I'll have to do for the moment. Let's see.
As long as I know where it is, it's fine. I can also just draw
Yeah,
a circle if you want.
No, it's okay. It's on top of Baba right now. Meanwhile, let's see. So many things to keep track of. Okay, Baba is now going to. Let's see. Yes, she is going to use one of her. Yes, she is going to use one of her legendary actions. Oh, whoops! That did not mean to click that. Yeah, so she's going to use a firebolt on. On. Let me just get the information real quick. Yes, she's going to use a firebolt on you, Seth, since she's not very happy. That's 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it hits.
Okay. Yeah, you take 5 points of fire damage as she throws this straight at you. Throws this straight at you. I just lashing out at you in a rage, and you get, and you get the ball. Kill him first, then the girl. And with that, Elias, you're up.
Okay, Elias acts around about the same turn in the order as Jean. So Elias is gonna step forward, whisper to Jean, I can do a sleight of hand if you want for that one. Play along, you're dead. And then we'll directly look at Baba. I'll do what you want, but let the others go. Get rid of these people, you don't need them.
Make me a persuasion check on that one.
Okay.
She raises an eyebrow and goes, "Oh, well, it's not like I really need them right now, but it depends on what you're offering me, Elias."
Alright, Elias will take out one of those flip daggers from their boot, and they'll coat it in a liquid, which is actually just water. But they'll coat it in a liquid, and then they thrust it into the side of Jean.
Okay. Jean, how are you reacting to this?
Push it up, man.
Are you playing along?
Oh,
I
shit.
stabbed him in the neck.
Yeah, I'm a little I'm surprised, but like, if Elias wanted us dead, we'd be dead. So I'll play along. I'm not really sure I can act it out.
Oh.
But I'll make a persuasion check.
Oh.
Okay,
I'm
yeah, I was going to
so
say,
dead.
after that, Elias, make me a deception check, and I'll give you advantage because John's assisting.
Just don't do the end of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie where the guy's rolling around. Okay.
See, like from where I was stood, it was just like play along, and then you just actually knife him in the side. And he's like, oh.
Okay, so
That's a
no,
19.
Okay, so you you flick the knife into the back, and Jean kind of also played into the played off his genuine surprise at this event. Like, oh, also begins to fall to the ground, and you see Abel chuckle and goes, "Thank you, Elias. Now, one last thing. Kill the girl and the ranger. Then we can talk about releasing the others."
Well, you tried.
Didn't exactly go to plan.
Alrighty, and
That's
And with that-
yeah, I did stuff. That's my turn.
with that, Jean, you are currently lying on the ground pretending to be dead. You can either hold your turn or hold you can either hold a turn in case something changes this round, or you can hold an action in case something comes.
I'm going to just whisper to those in my vicinity that I'm just going to whisper to those in my vicinity, basically that I'm all right, play along, and hold the rest of my turn until...
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Am I gonna have to
Can-
pretend stab the whole party?
She didn't seem to be having to do concentration checks for all those hits.
I'm going to invoke human determination and do this with advantage because it's one of my less great...
Okay.
That's terrible.
You try. I get a whisper onto your country, like, all right. You notice that one of them seems like odd sounds to make. It appears, are those dying gasps or something else? And that voice is coming from over here. And we'll see how they.
Yeah, if they notice, I will not hold my turn.
Okay, well, for now, you don't know if they have well, one of them is to have not noticed, but you don't know. It appears he's noticed, but it's up to you whether you want to continue the charade.
Okay.
We'll see their full. We'll see how they fully respond on the next when it comes around to when it comes around to their turn, essentially. So you can either hold your turn until after they've moved, or you can hold an action to defend yourself just in case.
I will hold my turn until after they've moved.
Okay, gotcha. In that case, Maldraff, you're up.
I assume that I am aware of what's just happened in front of me.
Yeah. Yeah, Jean whispered it to you, so you're...
Alright.
I'm sure you'd be confused, but you do know what's going on.
I will move, I guess, in between these two. And hopefully... I will... Yeah, I'll just take up a defensive sort of stance.
Okay.
And throw that out at Baba.
Okay, Toll of the Dead. Right, so she's going to have to make a wisdom saving throw. she fails, but let's check. Okay, yeah. So you, roll all your damage on that. As up above her, as she's barking out these orders and watching, and you hear a dong, 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 which makes her body shiver. And she takes 12 points of damage. The chronic side of her is the necrotic nature is reducing the damage, but
hold on. I believe I can ignore that.
Oh, the resistances to it. Okay, good to know. So, I'm having to do this with the damage. So, these are the girls. What is this? What is this? As the as the damage is slowly beginning to, as the top is areas to ring, and with that, we are come around to their turn as she yells, "Kill them! Kill them all now!" And so, with this, first off, this guy, you've spoken before, he growls, and at this point, you see fur and fangs erupt as he begins to transform into a more canine form, towering over the ground as he slowly starts to walk up over to Yuuzhan, and as up and goes, to make sure, right? And he's gonna do a claw attack on you. 15. Technically you're prone, so I'm trying to decide how mean I want to be with this.
Fuck me up.
Okay, so he slams the claws into the back of your neck, and you're having to grind your teeth to not let out too much of a sound. You take 10 points of slashing damage as that pierces. Meanwhile, I don't know. Oh shit! And he is going to let's see. He's gonna throw a spell out your way, and in particular, that spell is let's see. He's going to panic and throw out a fireball straight at you, Seth. So I'm gonna need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
At least I'm away from the party.
They'll make me a dex save for me.
Not with advantage.
Okay, but the 27. At this point in your campaign, you've gotten used to dodging this. He's not the most experienced spellcaster. Plus, he's panicking, so you managed to duck out of the way of this explosion. You still take 40 points of fire damage, but still a lot of what it could have been. And it is at this point that Casimir only. Okay, I actually know. Asher, following the orders, is going to move up towards you as well, and he's going to. He is now going to do 2 claw attacks on you. First one's a 14, and the second's an 18.
The second one hits.
Okay, so he comes in with a lunge. You managed to dodge out the way the first one, but he surprises you by swiping up underneath and catching your chest. You take 8 points of slashing damage as he's bounding on top of you. As soon as this happens, Lily growls and takes on her own werewolf form, and she's going to charge straight at it to attack you. There we go. So that's going to be. Why not? She manages to slam and pierce into him. He's a vampire, so it's not so it's doing blind damage, but it's still slowly piling on him as he's still inching. He's biting furiously into him, trying to get him off. This they're just gonna run up to you. Maldraffinus goes, "Sir, protect me! I didn't want to be here! I was a prisoner from Strahd, please!"
Just run away.
I can't see. And she's just going to hold on to you while all this is going on. Meanwhile, Casimir steps up, and he is going to he is going to focus on you, Keldrin, and fire a barrage of magic missiles once his sheet opens.
Oh no! Those automatically hit.
That's his thinking.
Oh
no! Okay, so technical difficulties don't use them. Okay, so
Actually, we should have just let John kill him in the first place.
Okay, so he is going to. I'm going to say, yeah, he cast this at 3rd level. So that will be. Each
5 missiles, I think.
5d4 plus 5.
Okay. Alrighty, so you take 21 points of force damage as Casimir raises a hand. It is expression like a cold mask of indifference and fires straight at you, one magic missile hitting you after the other. Meanwhile, actually, there's one other thing I need to roll of it.
Just in case people have forgotten, we still get +1 to our bonus thingy saves.
Yes, because of the...
Just in case that comes up. I think it might.
Yeah, +1 to your ACE and your...
And
one
saves.
+1 to your... Yeah, thank you for doing that. Let's see. There we go. That's the sheet I wanted. Yes, I believe... Okay, Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say that he's. I'll say you grind your teeth not to make a sound, but the at this point, Neo kind of looks up and looks at you in light and goes, "Hi, little man. Either you are a very terrible assassin, or he's not actually dirt." And on that, meanwhile, all this is going on, so Iris is going to run up towards you, Maldraff, and goes, "I'm sorry, Master. She has me under control."
Oh
and
no!
And he's going to lash at you with his 2. He's going to do one with his claw attack, which I presume misses.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one, which is the first claw bounces off your armor, and you think, "Oh, this is adorable." And then it manages to slam a dagger right into one of the exposed parts of your armor. And it's like, "Oh, that's not adorable! Oh god! Oh god!" And
No,
you take 3 points of pain.
I think Maldraff is just like, this displeases me.
Cyrus, you ain't fool.
He's so dumb.
Attack the witch.
He's so dumb. You might be able to fool him like that.
Make me a intimidation check, actually. Okay. At this point, Cyrus looks up at you and goes, "Oh no!" And we'll see what happens to him on the next turn. Meanwhile, there's just a couple more to go through. Irina grits her teeth, and she really doesn't want to do this. But then you can see for the first time the fat Angstar appearing, fur erupts all over her body as she too takes on a werewolf form.
Also, quick question. When it comes to half of 3, are we rounding up or down?
Down.
So I take 1 damage.
Yeah, I will say the damage is more surprised that he was able to hurt you in any way at all, really.
You made me bleed my own blood.
Okay, so put that there. And Madam Eve is going to... She is going to cast a... Let's see. Yeah, she is going to cast a Sacred Flame at you, Keldrin. So I'm going to need you to make me a... I believe it's Dexterity. And fails, unfortunately. So, you... as you're recovering from the missile, you suddenly see a holy light erupt from the ground and set and fire to you. So you take 4 points of you take 4 points of radiant damage from that assault.
Wait, I need to make concentration checks. Fuck, I forgot about that.
You took Warcaster though, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
Okay, that's for the first one, and then for the second one, DC of 10. Come on, roll. You can do it, roll 20. I believe in you.
Smash that one.
Okay, I'm good. Moon.
Okay. And as while all this is going on, let's see the range. Okay. Meanwhile, she... So that's being maintained. So Barbara needs to make a quick con save to get out of that one. 18. So it's probably going to be half damage, is it? Or
She already took it this turn, so I don't think.
Oh
she
yeah,
takes it
that's right.
again.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. Okay, so
I mean, I'd love for her to take the extra damage, but I don't think it works that way.
Okay, so with that, then she is not going to. Who are the options? She, as this is going to happen, she's also going to fire. And she's also going to fire a random magic missiles out towards you guys. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to say. I'm going to say Seth because you're the one that's done the most damage and is annoying her right now. So she is going to. Yeah, I'll say AC uses level 3 slot for this, so that will be 5 plus 4. Alright, you take plus the 4, that would be 20 points of force damage as he also bombards you with missiles as well. And let's see, take that slot down. Okay, and with that, as she and finally in response to as he fires those, the last thing to do before we end the turn is he looks like he goes, Elias, care to explain yourself?
Well, I thought I could make him. I thought I could make you send him away. I really did, but I guess that's not how this story ends. There will be blood. You can't save everyone.
You see, for the first time since you met her, you actually see her mouth slowly open, and you can see grinding the teeth as she is literally seething. Kill them all. And with that, Jean, we come to your turn. You are prone, but you can still make an.
Okay, so I would like to, as actually no, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to spring to my feet, draw the Sunblade, and annihilate this guy.
Okay, go for it.
I was just thinking that.
Natural 20.
Oh, no.
Okay, yeah, both of those hit.
Okay.
There will be blood and dude next to him just explodes.
Classic Baldur's Gate
28
style.
points of radiant damage.
Explodes into
Okay.
chunks.
So you, as he gives out that order, you just instantly rise up and rise up on your knees and just hits him straight through the chest. It's literally his werewolf reflexes that prevents you from hitting his heart directly, but you still pierce straight into his chest and start crying. You're able to pull it out and slash it up the way before he manages to take a step back. And yeah, he's still standing, but he is heavily brutalized.
I'm
Let's
going
see.
to. Yeah, I would like to. 1, 2, action surge.
Okay.
These are with advantage.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Oh my God. Yeah, both hit.
How?
32 points of radiant damage, and honestly, I would just like to look at Baba dead in the eye as I decapitate him.
Okay, you slam the two blades into him, but surprisingly, you land a blow into your neck, and it just about stops. You have your glare at Baba, but you turn back and you see that this werewolf is. They managed to get their hand just to the point to stop you decapitating, but there is still a heavy wound in their neck. They're bleeding profusely. And it's like, no, not yet. Not yet.
And with that, I would just like to look at Baba and say what I said to her in the Square of Vallaki. Today you die.
Okay, and with that, we come back to the top of the round. However, first, but I'm going to take our action. First off, actually, no, she can't do that. The first thing she's going to do is I'll chuckle. You will need to be careful. You cannot. It seems you cannot trust anything these days. Even your own shadow. And at that point, just double checking something real quick.
No, and I believe you go. I think Elias didn't take an action.
Didn't he stab
you
you?
did the persuasion thing, and then
Oh yeah.
you held your turn.
Oh, that's what that was.
Because
Okay.
it's just because there was so many enemies.
Yeah, basically. We're essentially back to the top of the round, but the lair actions happened on initiative count 20, so that's essentially what's happening here. And I'm going to need... Yes, you, Elias, make me a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Don't forget to add +1 on top of whatever pluses you're gonna have, like 11 probably.
There, you feel something entering from you, like there is some primal force trying to sever something away from you, and the others you can see Elias's shadow for a moment just shift and shake back and forth. But Elias, you calmly take a deep breath, and the shadow reverts to normal once again and reflecting your every move, causing Baba's eyes to widen, then just glaze over with cold fury. And now, Seth, you are up as we are back to the top of the round.
I'm a second wind.
Good call. Alrighty, so you take a breath as well, and you regain your 10 hit points. And is that an action or bonus action?
Bonus action.
Okay. Hey,
Then I
what
move
do you follow
behind
up
the
with?
vampire, pull out a dagger, and have at him.
Okay.
Jesus.
Nice.
I'll Colossus Slayer that.
Oh, yes, because Libby did it.
What are our rules?
Okay, so, you
Leave
slam.
some pennies for the rest of us, you guys!
Okay, you slam. Not. As he manages to just wrestle away from Liddy, you step around and stab the dagger into the wound Liddy already created. So, even this non-magic dagger is doing considerable damage to it. So he takes 5 piercing damage plus the 12 from Colossus Slayer. So he is 17. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There we go. You follow it up with another one.
Yep. Since I've mobile now, since I did a melee attack, I can move without getting attacks of opportunity.
Oh, nice.
So since I've hit him, I'll move away a bit.
Okay.
And then I'll use I'll use a coated arrow on him. It's my last one.
Okay.
Just wreck his whole shit.
Okay, that unfortunately a miss as the arrow flies, but he just manages to duck out of the way, and he just stares at you. He just stares at you with cold melancholy in his eyes. And with that unfortunately ends your turn. So Keldrin, you're up.
Okay, first off, rules question. Dispel Magic says choose any creature, object, or magical effect within range.
Mm-hmm.
Could I just go and say... Yeah, that's the question. Could I just go and say I end all control mind spells in the
Have a
area?
radius or anything.
Oh my god.
Within range, it will be 120 feet.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's allowed.
Okay, it says one specifically. So you can say, I want to remove a mind control effect, but you would have to target one person
Specify
specifically.
one. Well, that's a 3rd level spell that I wouldn't get back if I do that. I'm just gonna use my bonus action to move my moonbeam back on top of the Baba and fry her again.
Technically, I just... okay. Oh, so you're moving it back and forth. Okay.
Yeah.
It is... it is... For the record, it is still technically on top of her already. It's just I had to remove it there to do...
Oh, okay. Then let's just say she takes the damage on my turn from now on if it's on... Because that's so confusing with the fucking moonbeam.
Yeah,
so she makes another Constitution save, please.
Okay, she's doing that now. Unfortunately,
fuck you.
That one.
Okay,
Unfortunately, she's prepared that time.
4d10. 4d10? 4d10, yes.
Okay. Okay, so she takes half of that.
It's still 11 damage.
I'll say that as the glyph fires again, he manages to get the miasma armor to swirl round and block most of it, but some light still pierces through, and she can still see wisps of smoke rising from her.
Okay, so that just happens because it's still just there, so I don't even need to use actions for it. So I, myself, is everybody a little bit hurt yet? Is like, how are health things looking?
I'm down 10.
I have taken but a scratch.
Seth got
Just over half.
Seth got beat up. Yeah.
Seth got beat up. Well, I can't get to you because you moved so far away. I am going to cast Erupting Earth, range of 120 feet, on Lababa.
Okay.
She must make me a dex save throw, please.
Okay. That fails. Let's see. Okay, hey, so what are the conditions of this? Is she...
the earth underneath her explodes. She takes 25 damage. And the ground in that area becomes difficult terrain until cleared.
Okay.
It's a 20-foot cube centered on her. Well,
right.
centered just behind
she is
her, so I don't fuck up the other two.
Okay, she's going to take a legendary resistance to try and protect against that. So I presume the damage is the start of it.
One down. Yes, damage is halved.
Okay, so the so that's 20. Yeah, that's 12. Okay, so the blow. She at first she takes the damage from the moonbeam, but then suddenly you hear. And then her eyes widen, and she just manages to use the power to wrap away just in time as the ground. The entire balcony starts to crack and crumble. The ground, the paving stones that once made the elaborate walkway are now all jagged and spiking out of the ground. And she looks at you, looking a little worried now. As she yells back, "Kill the cow!"
I hide behind the corner so I'm not within sight of her. That's my turn.
Okay.
One legendary action
Alrighty.
resistance down.
Alrighty, Elias, you're up.
Okay, is that the same vampire that loves Strahd?
Yes, it is actually.
Okay, so since that's the vampire that loves Strahd, I am going to cast, or attempt to cast, Phantasmal Force on them. I want to make them see an image of Strahd, and Strahd is going to admonish them for their actions and tell them to attack Baba.
Okay, so
Motherfucker.
It's a bold plan.
okay, so he is going to have to
DC 15.
Okay, DC 15 Wisdom save is this?
Yeah.
14. That's a fail.
Alright, he thinks it's real.
So you cast the image, and you see him. It's from your distance. As you back away, you see him getting ready to strike, and then you suddenly see him look up at nothing and just go, "I'm so sorry. She's placed that spell against me. And on that, does he take any damage from this turn, or is it from subsequent turns?
It would be subsequent turns.
Okay, good to know. Alrighty, with that, we are going to, Jean, you're up.
Oh, it's intelligence, I think.
Oh, intelligence. It doesn't matter. It's the same
Yeah.
modifier.
Okay.
Jean, you're up.
Elias, you got this guy. He's almost dead.
I'll just silently nod.
Okay.
Okay. We'll just have a silent got this. Good.
It's mainly like,
Nod,
please take the shiny thing away from me, and then maybe I can kill him.
I'm going to, for both the sake of this turn and freeing up Elias in case they want to run, eat the attack of opportunity.
Okay. He is going to make a claw attack on you.
Do it. Jesus!
You feel the full brunt of the attack as he manages to rake across the back of your neck as you take 14 points of slashing damage. However, you are now charging straight up to Casimir, who is still looking at you with the eyes of indifference. This is a completely broken man.
Okay, so I am going to, for flavor purposes, say that that blow comes in, rakes down, and because of its positioning, I nearly drop the sun sword, but I grit my teeth, sprint forward, look at Casimir, and say, "Find peace in Pelor."
Alrighty. He doesn't respond, but I'm assuming the sword's coming.
14
Okay.
and 26.
Alrighty. The first one, you swing, but it strikes and hits his glow of magic goes up, and you can see a mage armor. But you swing, you bring the blade back up, and now swing it with enough force to break through it and slam straight into him. So the second attack hits.
13 points of radiant damage.
and it does a significant hit, slicing him across the chest, the radiant energy burning deep into him. And so,
Okay.
with that,
And with that, I would like to second wind. Just to sort of I'm gonna play this off as Jean literally just having the heroic second wind and trying to get some of the feeling back in his arm.
Okay. We now come to.
I just negated his crit.
Nice. You take a breath now to ignore the pain within you, and with that, it comes around to their turn. First off, at the front, Asher is just kind of staring into the face, apologizing and just almost crying to this imaginary figure. Iris looks at at you and goes, "Oh no, I'm sorry. So Iris looks at you and goes, "I'm sorry, Master. It was wrong of me to go against you. It was foolish to advise you. I knew it. And to your surprise, just runs away. And
so we just have to scare them enough to break them out.
And the floor is filthy.
But you see him going, "What are you doing? Curse you!" And actually, Maldraff. Shoot! Two things. First off, Maldraff, it's your turn. I could accidentally skip you, so go ahead.
I mean, they can carry on. It's not going to make a huge difference to me, I don't think. I mean,
Okay,
famous last
well-
word.
Okay, I'm gonna say those two. Well, those three are taking their actions. I'll leave the others for now. But in fairness, it is your turn first. So I'll say.
Okay, well, I'm just going to carry on.
Just out of turn.
Huh?
I want you to make me a perception check for me real quick, just before we start.
How perceptive can you be?
I don't know, it's not rolling.
Oh dear.
Not
Roll
very.
20
against-
is a
Come
master
on,
of
roll
suspense.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh.
Your attention's being distracted by Jean at the moment. As he's just charging in and go. Yes. Oh god. He's just a little more. Oh, he's coming to the saving. Oh, he's bleeding from the neck. But anyway, it's now your turn.
How is that difficult terrain around Baba behind her or around her?
Behind her.
Okay.
Like, it was a 20-foot cube, and I centered it so that it caught her, but none of the NPCs.
Okay, I will draw that square quickly as well. I'll do.
I might just do it again, just for funsies.
There we go. Okay.
I'm going to move myself to there and take any attacks of opportunity as they arrive.
Okay. Let's see. So Villainous is just going to, for his attack of opportunity, he's just going to try and stab you with a dagger as you come past. And
It's no
that's a
good.
10, so he completely misses. He's just wildly flamed. And then surprisingly, the woman launches a claw attack at you as you run away.
Sneaky.
That would be, it's a disadvantage, so it's a 15.
And a miss.
Okay, so that's a complete sweep, but you're wondering why he's attacking, and it is now, I'll give you this for free. It's now you notice that she's shielding her arm from, she's trying to shield her eyes from the light of Jean's blade.
You devil woman. Okay,
All right,
I will
yeah.
then throw one of these down on top of.
Nice.
Guardian of the Faith. Okay, so you focus your energy, and a large, a gigantic form then takes on an image that is very represents the glorious armor of the Lord as he appears by the gleaming sword and shield, and let's see, and that appears to protect you.
As that materializes, I'm just going to call to Baba and say, Darkness cannot abide the light, and I shall bathe this place in holy glory.
I fucking love Maldrath.
Okay. When that thing comes in, eventually, there we go. So is it here, or where's he placing it?
I was just gonna put it like practically on top of her, or as close to her as I can get. Yeah, that'll do.
Okay, so that's placed there, standing over her. And first off, Baba the Saga is going to use. After going to them first, Baba is going to use a legendary action to do two things. First, she focuses her energy, and she seems to, like Strahd, her form suddenly becomes an after image as she manages to move out of the spaces, and as all that's happening, whilst all that is happening, the other enemy actions have already happened. Let's see here. First off, Irina is going to move towards you on the say, I'm sorry, and is going to he's going to unleash 2 claw attacks on you. One's a 16. And the other's an 8.
Nope.
Okay, so they both completely... so, Maldrath, you're able to raise your shield up to defend that. The vampire, first off, she takes 20 radiant damage as she's burning in the light of your blade, John. Then he shrieks and decides...
She's a vampire! Oh, shit!
Oh, yeah, you were away for that. With that, she angrily hisses, then charges towards you, Eldrin, and says, Sorry, Gallet, you are me. And she is going to do a claw attack on you.
Ah! No!
You managed to duck out the way the first one, but then she lands on your body. You take 7 points of slashing damage. And let's see here. Well, that's going on. Casimir sees you, John, and okay. Well, thankfully,
Plays up.
okay. First off, I can get rid of that sheet, but then second, Casimir is going to try and let's see, what can he do?
So
Let's
many
see.
enemies.
Okay, he might be... okay, yeah, this might be good. He is going to... he just looks at doing raises his hand, and I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw as he suddenly casts Omen of Cold.
Jesus! Okay.
And let me just double check.
Natural
actually,
20.
Oh, nice. Okay, so let me just check. It's a 60-foot cone. So I'm gonna say he blasted out. Unfortunately, yeah, Keldrin. I'm gonna
Yeah.
actually. I'm gonna say Eldrin, you're gonna have to make that save as well. As he tries to get you both.
Cone rules are weird though, so I don't know if 60 feet means.
Okay, it sort of means
Actually,
60
feet long?
It means 60 feet long.
Yeah, it just
It means at its widest point, it's 60 feet wide, and at its longest point, it's 60 feet long.
Oh, will it hit me
Yeah.
too then?
I think so.
Yeah.
But it'll also
Think it
fry
just
these
touches you.
babes.
Yeah, I think it's gonna hit.
So Helga gets calls as well, so I'll need Elias and Keldrin to make me Constitution saving throws as well. And let me just double check what the damage of that is. So that's 4d8 plus his intelligence with it. Oh, is that called?
It hits the vampire and the werewolf as well, right?
Yeah. So his center
okay.
line, he's focusing it directly on John. Yeah.
He started from John and then trying to catch you as well, Keldrin.
Okay, so center line is going to be basically down here to 60 feet, and then from down here up 30 feet here and 30 feet here. So he should get that other. He should get this guy as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
so-
barely.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8d8 plus 3. This is the damage.
That's
Okay.
a really good way of checking it, though. Like, that was actually pretty handy.
Okay, so this blast has happened, Jean. This might have affected you any other day, but not today. You're like fully ponder, not taking crap from anything. So you just you're essentially you're kind of a man on fire, determination your way through this. Keldrin, you just okay. First off, just to clarify the DC for the spell is I believe it's let's see
14.
Yeah, it's 14 in this. So you managed to duck out yeah, it's up there. So Keldrin, you've also managed to embrace it since you are familiar with nature and you dealt with this kind of temperature before. Elias, you are not so lucky. You were not expecting this at all. Meanwhile,
I can't use my reaction to have
Oh,
that, do I? Because it has to be a thing that hits you, doesn't it?
unfortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Helga wasn't expecting it either, especially not from her own ally, so she takes that. And Emil also nails it as well. So you hit Helga is like blasted with cold energy. You see icicles forming around her as she hisses and screams, "What the hell?" But Emil, on the other hand, is just frozen solid. And yes, the last thing you hear there is he is freezing is, "I'm sorry, so lucky." As he freezes to the spot. Meanwhile, Helga takes a very brutal amount of damage from Nana.
I mean, I also
Okay.
took a brutal amount of damage since Uncanny Dodge
Yeah.
didn't work.
Yeah. And finally, this guy is unless I'm going to go. Oh shit! Is just going to. Okay, this time he's going to fire just the one magic missile, which I believe is just 1d. Let me check it. On its own, it's just a one spell dart. Okay, so not mage armor. Magic missile at level 1. Yeah, let's go there. So that would be 11 force damage on you, Keldrin, as he, like you say, you again just following Bama's orders, trying to.
He didn't see me. Oh, can he?
Oh,
fuck.
actually, no. Actually, you're right. I don't think he can. So instead, he's going to. I'll say he fires at you, Maldraf, because you're getting close on the target he's supposed to be protecting right now.
I'm sorry. I have 17 hit points.
It's fine.
So that's 11 points of force
I am
damage.
doing my best to just tank everything, but they're not really interested in me at the minute.
Okay, so there's. Okay, that's it. That's it. Alrighty, so at this point, Matt and then Eve is going to raise her hand and create a spiritual weapon in your direction, Maldraf, which is going to
Spiritual
attack.
weapon off. And it
11.
sucks too.
It's no good.
Of course it didn't hit.
Just to be clear, that 11 magic missile damage, that's to me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's going to be.
Half
We'll say
that
that's a
because
14
invulnerability.
And then she is going to. Let's see. And then she is going to try and. She is going to try and sit Sacred Flame on you as well. So I'm going to use you to make a dex save for this.
That's 4.
You were dodging the blade and not expecting that, so you take 8 points of sacred damage. But I believe, let me just double check something real quick. Guardian of Truth. Any creature hostile moves a space within 10 feet of you. Okay, so she has to move, so that technically doesn't work. Meanwhile, And finally, we get onto Babylon Lysaga, who looks directly at you, Jean. First off, move slightly. Let's see, 1, 2.
Now she's in range. She can get that bloody Guardian of Faith.
Okay, actually, wait. She goes around here just so she has line of sight of you. And then, let's see, what does he... What is he using? No, that's the wrong person. So many sheets.
Oh, sheet.
My thoughts exactly.
Okay. First off, she is going to try to use Dispel Magic to get rid of the Guardian of Faith. I'm going to need you to... let's see. Guardian of Faith level 4, so she is going to... Yeah, she'll
DC
burn
14.
her... yeah, she's going to burn her 4th level spell slot to get rid of that. Let's see, that's sort of 4. So... And so, unfortunately, the Guardian vanishes from existence, and then she's going to use her bonus action to, let's see, yeah, she's going to use her bonus action to Misty Step to vanish towards this side. So you now have to get through, so you now have to get through 2 people before reaching her. And with that, we come back to the top of the round. However, the
Layer
first
action.
Indeed. And this time around, Jean, I need you to make the charisma saving throw.
Okay. $17.
That just makes it. So, like a lot nights before, you feel your whole body shudder, but you grit your teeth. Like, you are just powering straight through it at this point. And with that, we come round to... Seth, you are up.
I'm gonna have to end my Hunter's Mark and cast a new spell.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Zephyr Strike, and I'm gonna burn it straight away to give me advantage on my next attack roll.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go for the vampire that's on Keldrin,
Okay.
and I'll sharpshooter.
Nice.
The deadliest words in the universe. Oh my god.
Of
I'll
course.
Colossus Slayer that.
Okay, so the damage.
What vampire on Keldrin?
Yeah. I just see
May
a cloud of dust.
May I just say,
I
guys?
hear somewhere.
May I just say, guys? What the flying actual fuck are our rolls this session?
Alrighty, you fire the arrow straight up. It goes into an arc, and it just the wind encounters it straight across. And the last bit, Keldrin, you see Helga yell, "What the hell!" at the Casimir. Looks back to you, and she makes one last as the arrow pierces straight through her skull, and she collapses to the ground dead.
And then I'll put one in the... Well, I don't know, actually. He's under a spell, isn't he, currently? The one that's with Lily.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go for the
Clearly
scaredy
a
cat wizard.
vampire.
Sorry, which one are you going for?
Scaredy cat wizard.
Yeah, the scaredy
Okay,
cat.
go for it.
Not advantage, I forgot to turn that off.
Well, it still hits, so... Alrighty, so that's every points of piercing damage. The arrow flight is straight in, landing in his shoulder, and he just goes, still ill up, but even more packed than ever now.
I've got 70-foot movement this turn, it's nuts.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Seth just somehow keeps finding ways to get deadlier.
And then that's...
Okay.
I'm just,
Alrighty.
Jordan, you're gonna get this reference. I'm just imagining Seth right now moving like Link with the hover boots in Death Battle.
Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, with that, Keldrin, you are up.
My turn. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to use. Oof. I can do that later. I'm going to use my action to cast Mass Healing Word on everybody within my party who's within 60 feet.
Nice.
So everyone.
Oh, Mass Cure Wounds, actually. Sorry. 30 radius sphere. Shit, 30-foot radius sphere. Who can I get? Myself, I can get Lily, technically. I can get Elias, I can get Seth, I can get Jean. I can't get Maldrath.
That's fine.
Then I'll get all of you folks down here, including Lily.
Okay.
You heal for 3d8 plus. Nice. Plus 4, so 18 total. Everybody heals.
Nice.
That is
Hell
well
yeah.
received as I was just shaking off the cold.
Alrighty. So you raise your hand so the glowing energy starts to heal up the wounds of all of you. As we come to Elias, who, like you said, you're just.
Wait, I'm not done
sorry.
yet. I'm
Bonus
not done
action?
yet. Sorry. I just have to double check. Moving the moonbeam is an action. Okay, fuck. All right. In that case, I'm just gonna
Look out the way of that wizard.
go two more squares here, and then use my bonus action to fire elemental.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, holy shit, yes! Light
Okay.
'em up, light 'em up. I'm sorry, audience. I made a vow at the start of this campaign that I would not sing, but alas.
Alrighty, you should be able to control that, Kelvin.
Yeah, but I can't see. Could you fix that,
Okay.
please?
Oh, doing
It's a
that
very-
now.
It's a very London fire engine.
Sorry.
Oh, blimey, governor.
It's an industry element.
Cool, blimey, Governor. I've already gone and turned into a giant flame elemental.
God, and I thought my
I'm
accent
sorry.
was bad.
I promise I'll never do that again. Anyway,
Yeah, and I'll never
Apologies
sing
for
again.
the London audience and also the Australian accent, because that sort of went.
with that, we come to Elias.
Okay, I'm just far enough away to be outside of the radius of that light, so I'm gonna let loose a crossbow bolt onto Casimir.
Casimir's up here.
And
this is-
yeah, either one should be in Elias's range because they have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I-
both within range. I'm just making clear which one you're targeting. Yeah, that hits. If you're striking Casimir, go ahead and roll your damage. Alrighty, so that definitely hits. The bolt slams straight into his chest. He's, you see the head of him, John, is gasping and spluttering. He's literally hanging on by a thread at this point. He goes, finish
Alan?
it already.
Oh, okay. Feel a little bad now, but how unfortunate for him. Load another one in.
Okay.
Just put him out of his friggin' misery.
I don't know how close to dead he is. I'm gonna sharpshooter, so I could well miss.
I reckon he's probably pretty close.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a miss. As the I'll say that John's blade shines a bit. Well, the combination of the blade and the fire elemental suddenly appearing kind of obscure your view a bit, and the arrow hits into the wall behind.
I step back a little more, and that's me.
Okay. Okay. And we now come to Johnson. You're up.
Okay, I gotta do this. Sun Sword on Casimir.
Alrighty.
18.
That is a hit, and you can roll your damage, but I think it's academic at this.
It's probably.
Yeah, it is.
I would.
It is.
If it's enough, I'd just like to. growl as I shake off the cold, come in, plunge it through his chest, and say, I absolve you.
He lets out one. And with that, he passes away.
Okay, with that done, I'm going to, in the words of Ailstorm, roar a mighty battle cry, to wrench off my dented, cold-ravaged helmet, throw it aside, and charge up to Madame Eva and unleash my second attack.
Okay, go for it.
When it appears, 27.
That's a hit.
16 radiant.
Okay, you slam the blade into her as she, the blade is deep within her with a flash of radiant damage, and for a moment you're worried. But then you see that she's actually standing fairly strong. The wound still hits, but she seems to be a lot more powerful than she appears. But she still smiles and goes, "Go on. I know you can hit harder than that."
You're not the one I intend to hit hardest.
Uncle, I know. And with that, it comes round to their turn.
Is it their turn or is it my turn?
Oh, Maldra, sorry. I don't know why I keep going over you. Sorry, Maldra.
All right, in that case, I'm going to move this way, taking any attacks as I...
Okay. So that would be Madam Eva then.
Actually,
Who?
Lily.
Oh, and Lily as well. Yeah, both of them. So first off, Madam Eva is going to try and hit you with a dagger.
Irina. Irina, not Lily. Difference.
So many names.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Eva, that's what. Okay, Eva's going to attack you, and you take 19. I believe that's a miss, so you manage to dodge that. Meanwhile, Irina is going to attack now.
Where the fuck is the Baba?
Wait, what?
I don't think we know, because you misty stepped away somewhere.
Dang it, I should have gone air elemental.
Okay. And he misses you, although you get this, and she's not really putting up that much of a fight. But yeah, you should be able to. You, Madra, can see that this Argus just in one of the alcoves.
Oh, Baba, running away. You of all people should know you have your time. And this is yours.
Holy shit!
I have something special I've been saving. Oh, it's a bonus action as well. Happy day.
Holy
The blood spit
holy
erupts.
Shit!
Oh, wow. Okay, so he's got this a radiant energy. All right, so she's gonna have to make a Constitution saving throw as you focus all your power from Kellen or straight into the energy as she raises her hands to shield herself. She's gonna have to make a.
That's when it explodes. At the minute, I'm just imbuing my blood spear with it.
Okay.
Sorry if I was unclear on that part.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, so go ahead and make the attack. That is a hit, so it is going to explode as you channel all the energy, and she tries to step away, but you thrust that straight into her. So I'm going to take the con save. I'll say that she uses another legendary resistance to try and half the damage.
Still
as
doesn't explode.
it comes in.
Yeah, basically it just adds extra 2d8 radiant damage onto it.
Okay.
We're 2 legendary resistances down, guys. 2 down.
Okay, so in total, that is a piercing. So with that, that takes to a total of 50 damage. Because the blood spit through the pentacle, and
16 on top of that.
Okay.
48, so add another one on top.
Is there another
Okay.
one?
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm still not detonating it. It's basically imbuing the weapon at the minute. So it adds
Oh, fair
2d8
enough.
damage. I'm saving
Okay.
the explosion.
I'm just gonna say it adds explosion. Okay. So okay, so that's just damage. Good to know. Good to know. So you are slamming this blade, which is now ruptured, which is now like is now has these flames swirling around it, as the damage is slowly piling up, and the it's echoes on by like one. It's just as it's all slowly the skin is cracking, the smoke is rising off her body as this damage is striking her again and again and again. And now,
just before the end of that, I will touch of death.
Yo!
Just to really hit home how much I am just very upset with this person.
okay, so
Channel Divinity takes your action.
Oh, goddamn.
Okay.
All right, fine. I'll save that next turn. Next turn.
Okay, fair enough. Alrighty, as all this is going on, it now comes to their turn. And with that, as the the damage is slowly piled up, Baba is looking at you and anger goes.
Are you sure, Seth? Sorry. 'Cause it
Actually,
said-
no, yeah, I didn't see the bottom part.
Yeah, it's
Says
like
when you hit them.
yeah.
Okay, so
So
go
I
ahead.
take the 25 damage, just flat.
Okay,
believe.
25 damage. Alrighty, so that's but straight through her. She's gleams something of damage. She is now in this smoky mess, and it now comes to their turn. But you now hear a voice kind of rings out, and it's as she stares at you. You notice that her skin is starting to crack. Her breathing becomes labored as she stares at you, cold eyed, going, "This cannot be. This cannot. And all of you suddenly hear her voice. Jean, if he was here, would recognize it, as it is very similar to the one on in his sword. And you hear him go, "Brave souls, the curse that fell on my brother, the desire to preserve our past long gone. End it." And with that, but Abba is just screaming and goes, "I will not die. I refuse to die." And he is going to he is going to finger a death at you, Maldraff.
Oh my
you
god,
have
the
to
music
make-
changed.
Yeah,
You
your
have to make a
sword.
Constitution saving throw.
Your sword was like, hey y'all, end this. Just cooler.
And it spoke to all of you for the record. So,
Oh my
you're going to need to make a Constitution saving throw, Maldraff, as she uses all of her spectral energy to summon as she summons a figure of death to strike you, and you take 58 points of.
I
necrotic.
will use my lucky feat to reroll.
Okay.
Hopefully, it's going to be better.
Come on.
Goddamn. Well, it's
Unfortunately,
a 12 or an 11.
yeah, and she will then use her bonus action to do Misty Step away from you as much as she can. Let's see, which is only to about here, in fairness. Then meanwhile all this is going on, this is still panicking, going to try and attack the giant flaming element he sees. He is going
Guess who
to
has 102 hit points?
panicking. He is going to use magic missile at level, yeah, we'll say 4, I think. So he is just panicking, and roll 20 will show me damage eventually, I'm sure. But okay, I don't know why it's only showing 9, but
Okay, it's
Oh my God,
10
count it.
plus. It's 10 plus 9, and with level 4, you have to roll. I think
God,
you have to roll each dart separately.
Oh god. Okay, so
That
we'll
seems
say that's
annoying.
a 5. Okay, so add to your, and okay, so you take a total of 9, 18, 22 damage as he's just blasting your flame at him and until trying to make it go away. And he's also going to run as always. He's kind of like that one soldier grunt in every horror movie ever, just backing away, going, "Ah!"
I just needed to roll that for my holy weapon.
Oh, okay. Good. That's it.
Same for me.
Saving it.
Should be advantage.
Okay. Does he have a roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it. Remind me, Escher takes 4 damage this turn, right?
Only if he's. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah,
it's Phantasmal Force,
Yeah.
not Phantasmal Killer.
Yep.
I think only if I make it hurt them.
Are you gonna make it hurt them?
No.
Oh.
I want it to just
Okay, so he's just
unless they like refuse to obey it.
okay. In that case, he's just sitting there sobbing. So that allows Lily to get up to Yusef, and she's going to let out a howl in order to inspire you for the next turn. So that gives you advantage on that. Irina is going to reluctantly come up to you, Jean, and start aiming the attacks at you.
That's fine.
So 2 claw attacks.
I
Once
will
missed.
say that just misses with the thanks to the beacon.
Yeah, so he comes in with 1 attack, and as he comes in for the next one, you were spurred on by everything going on, and you use the Bust of the Sunblade to parry the next attack away. What's that for, Elias?
That was a con save. I forgot when I was Cone of Colded to do that.
Oh, right. Good check.
for the
Good shout.
for the concentration on the spell.
Yes.
So much
Meanwhile,
going on.
I know, right? Meanwhile, Madam Eva is let's see. What can she use? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Alrighty. Jean, he raises a hand and goes, believe me, I don't want to do this either, which is why I'm asking you to hit me with everything you have. As she is going to cast harm on you, and I'm going to need you to make me a Constitution saving.
That's 70 damage.
Which it's... Oh, for God's sake. So, let's see. 14d6. Oh, my word.
Nope.
Answer 14d6.
All the dice on the screen.
They will be appearing soon. I think that's what. You take 49 damage as she places her hands on you and just blasts you with necrotic energy, which you were not expecting at all from this person.
She's a 7th level spellcaster. Okay, well, I shit my pants. I'll take that damage.
Okay. And with that, I believe, yes, they've all taken their actions and everyone's dead. So, when we come to the top of the round, first off, Babylon Saga is going to, she's going to use her legendary action to move up to the top of this roof here to try and get it out of the room. And we also get a lair action, so this time, Seth, make me a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh.
Seth, you...
with the bonus.
Oh dear. So you are sort of you feel like a other thing happening behind you, and you're not expecting it along with everything else, and suddenly your shadow detaches itself and then becomes a spectre ready to attack you. And with that, Seth, you're up.
I guess I'll attack my shadow of my former self.
Shadow Link was really hard. Shadow Seth? Oh no.
Shadow Seth is the Dark Souls version of that boss fight.
Do I still have advantage from Lily for this then?
Yes, you do.
Oh, sharpshooter then.
It looks like an inspiration, so yeah. Okay, yeah, that is a full-on hit. As you for Stray. In a symbolic sense, you stare at this guy almost as like a literal embodiment of your past self. You then pull an arrow and blow it away with one shot. And it falls back and then swivels back and attaches itself to you once more.
I'll move up a step. Has anybody got eyes on Barbara?
She's on a roof somewhere.
Up round here.
Oh,
I'll say make a perception check just to double check if you can see it. Unfortunately, not with there's a lot of chaotic action going on at the moment.
I'll put my last arrow into the one that just cast harm.
Okay, so I'm gonna be that is a hit. Go ahead and make it. She has powerful magic, but she's still kind of an old woman. So, okay,
And she's been harmed, so you could Colossus Slayer.
That is the total law that you 19. You see these on the trouble. You run up and fire an arrow straight into it, slams straight into the chest, and he also and goes, well, it would be suicide to go up against people this powerful, wouldn't it? And we'll see the results of that later. For now, Keldrin, you are up.
Hello. I saw her poof up onto the roof. I regret not being an elemental, but I made that choice. So I'm going to use my 50-foot movement to try and get on the roof.
Okay. I will say that, yes, you managed to... essentially, you fire down and can... essentially, rather than climbing, you gather all your energy and you fire yourself like a rocket up the side of the building until you get on top of the hill, right in front of Baba. And I'll try and get the camera token so the audience can see it.
How
Like a reverse
absolutely
fire
phenomenal. Yay! Can I get all the way to her? Like, I'd like to be in her space.
I will say, unfortunately, I'll say it was your action to get up. That no, not your action, or your movement.
My move.
Yes.
Cool. In that case, I'll use my action because I believe I can move my moonbeam 60 feet. Does that reach her?
I see what you mean. Okay, yes, I'll say that you managed to move the glyph over the hill and back on top of Baba. So
Constitution save, bitch!
Okay.
Also, it's a very nice signal light for everybody else. Here's the Baba.
Nice. Okay, so
She
that's
succeeds.
7. Okay, so as it comes above, you see her the dark energy swirling around her again as she blocks the.
She still takes 11.
11 damage. Okay, so she is now out smoking as the beam strikes her. She's looking really rough as she snarls at you, going, "How? How?" And with that, Elias, you're
Okay.
The moonbeam should have given away that she's now right here.
Oh wow, okay. I guess I'm just gonna shoot Baba then. I will. Obstacles don't really matter to me because I'm a sharpshooter, so I'm just gonna shoot.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
That is unfortunately a miss.
Alright, bonus action, I will shoot again.
Okay.
Dice is rolling. Crossbow expert.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to
Let's
show up on
try
my.
it. Let's try it.
It wants to roll, damn it.
Master of suspense.
20 seconds to roll.
How
It's what flame
anticlimactic.
means.
That just hits. Go ahead and make the good. Alright, you prepare a bolt and fire. It flies straight toward. How would you like to finish this?
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, you
got-
fired the bolt and it
You killed both things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
While
just
the
sort of.
fire elemental is still showing you the finger.
See
It's-
how you
it's-
see how I'll take it back. You see how on the roof find this fire elemental. It's a faint target, but you're ready your crossbow. What are you gonna do?
It's always got to involve fire. So. I sort of kneel down, ready my aim, silently load my crossbow, shoot it. It goes through the middle finger that the flame elemental has, lights it on fire, hits Mabra in the face, and explodes her head, and her body lights up in
Okay.
flames. And then I just whisper to myself,
I'm ju-
"That's for getting ahead of yourself."
Okay, I'm gonna say that you're aiming. You're thinking, can I make this? And then an idea comes as you suddenly see Keldrin is waving at with this emboldened combination form is actually waving at Baba. You think, okay. You fire the bolt. It passes through the middle finger of the wave, and Keldrin, you're caught by surprise as an arrow flies through your finger and slams straight into Baba's head. And she goes, no! She just screams as the flames start to overtake her. Her skin cracks in multiple places. And the last thing you hear, as the flames consume her ash, she just lays up and goes, Strahd, help.
Strahd can't help you now. Your ambition will burn like his did.
And on that cold note, burns to dust. And as that happens, you watch as the combats onto you. There is a shudder, and the goes, well, would you look at that? It seems a charm has been released. You've done well. And with that, islands falls. You'll just stand there for a moment, stunned, unsure what to do. One by one, you start to feel relief and exhaustion overtake you. And you, if it wasn't for the likes of, you see Villainous just goes, oh fuck this, and just bolts out of the building. Irina collapses in a form, just shaking and not sure what to do. And one by one, the relief and exhaustion overtake you as well. And you come. All around you in this castle is silence. And look around you, alert, waiting for the next enemy to strike, for the next surprise. Below you, the battle is dying down, even as the castle around you is eerily still. Above you, the mist rolls on, only broken by the glare of the midday sun. Wait, the sun? You look up, and you see one shard of light breaking through the mist. Then another, and another. Elias, you have to shield your eyes as it breaks through. Each shard breaks through the mist little by little until it slowly begins to roll away, breaking into until you are looking up at a blue sky for the first time in what feels like forever.
Ooh, that hurts. That's the sun, all right.
Somebody
mist
give him a
continues to
shield
peel
as an umbrella.
Yeah, as you toss the shield away, and you protect these eyes. Protect their eyes. You look as it rolls back. You suddenly notice that the mist is peeling away, and from your look out of the balcony, you see it roll further and further back until you start to see the vast forest below you, the hills of the surrounding landscape, the village of Barovia, the large hills on the border, and further beyond that. You see a small town, Far Coast, where this all began. The country of Barovia and yourselves are free at long last. Sorry.
Can I do something that I've been planning the entire campaign?
Sure. I'm just gonna...
Sorry, guys, emotional. I'm going to make sure my companions are safe. Slowly drop my actually, I'd probably give him my shield to Elias as an umbrella. Just lower the sun sword to my waist. Produce my lance, remove my cloak, and step out to the overlook, fashioning my cloak as a flag to wave over the battle below.
You hear, as you raise your flag, you can hear the battle below quieted down. Before suddenly, you hear one after another cheers of, and after that point, the rest of the day. Oh no, I didn't think you needed to turn the music off. God damn it! The A pass is by. It is you crawl all back to the Aki with the other soldiers to lick your wounds and celebrate. With the exception of two people who have one last business to take care of. Seth, could you make me a survival check with advantage because Lily's helping you in this, man? Okay.
Now we in the campaign, Seth rolls bad.
It takes you most of the night to do this. It's you make your with Lily's guidance. You make your way back to the werewolf den to try and see if you can find the one last component you need. The remains of your daughter. It takes with the amount of time that has passed and everything that has happened on, the scent is weak and it starts struggling through. You find some pretty disgusting. You find some pretty disturbing remains, but you do eventually find a skull that Lily is dead. So that you're both exhausted at this point, but you find it. Lily cradles the skull in her hands for a moment and then goes, Seth, whatever you're going to do it now.
I'm not quite sure how this works, but I'll give it a look up.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll take the skull and then go on.
You place your hands on it, you focus, and then you hear the voice go, is this the soul you choose to resurrect?
Yes.
The dark energy flies out of your hands and wraps around the skull and starts to create a body. And the pain overwhelms you for a minute and your mind begins to blank out. The first thing you do is look, as your vision clears again, you look down at your hands and you notice that, unfortunately, it appears you still kind of look like death. You're not in the best of shapes right now. Then you suddenly hear... You then look up and you see a small girl right in front of you who you recognize instantly. She takes a look and he looks around like appear absolutely confused in her mind. He goes, What? Huh? Father?
It's okay, child. It's over now. You're safe. You know what? Nothing to worry. We're gonna go home now.
There is a quiet pause as she is overwhelmed and taking all of it in. But then, as she hears you say those words, there's a brief second, and then from that moment on, there are no words. Just she runs to embrace you, and there's just a whole mess of sobbing and emotions as this family that was once torn apart is finally reunited again. One is still a werewolf for now, and one kind of looks like death. But at this stage, no one cares. And on that note, the rest of you guys, you take the rest of the evening to chat to the others, celebrate, and just rest up from everything that happened. But eventually, the next day, the morning comes, and after you sorted out your own business, you travel all the way through the other side of the Barovia, across from on the old Slavic roads, past the village of Barovia, to the gates where this all started. And I'm just going to take you over there now and place this token back in here. Sorry, GM Blair, there we go.
Just one thing before we carry on. I'm assuming that Seth and Lily and Child will return to the village where we all are before we leave.
Yes, they're all following. They're all with you at this point.
So before we leave properly, I'll obviously see what's gone on, and I'd like to just talk to Seth and be like, I don't agree with what you've done, but I understand why you did it. And if you'd allow me, I would like to try and remove curse from both of you.
I'm sure your god wouldn't have allowed this if it wasn't. I'm just glad it's happened.
As I said, I understand why you did it. So it's up to them if they would like to have their curses removed.
I will accept any help you can give.
Lily also nods, and you place the hands, and the curse works in removing her lycanthropy, not Steph's appearance, unfortunately. This, for now, seems to be the price for taking the gift. That he's still not looking at the best of shape.
I did my best, but you're going to have to be careful where you tread. But I'm sure you're used to that.
And now, as you log back, you will now find yourselves... the sun is still shining, and as you reach the border of Barovia, about to depart, Ismark, Esmeralda, and Irina have all come to see you off. Ismark steps forward and says, "We, the people of Barovia, we've shared countless praises of you, and yet we cannot express how grateful we are to all of you. If you ever decide to come back, you'll be welcomed with open arms." Esmeralda smiles and goes, "For the record, I'll be sticking around a little while longer. people are still going to need help around here, and I want to make sure the dark power doesn't come back anytime soon. How about you all? What are your plans?
A great many things have come to light during all of this. But I would prefer to stay hidden. And with that said, please don't mention me to anyone.
Esmark raises his eyebrow and goes, curious request, but I think we can allow that for the hero of Barovia.
Oh, these are the heroes of Barovia, the Silver Snakes. You have helped me, and I am in your debt. Goodbye, you won't see me again. And Elias starts to walk backwards, and slowly they disappear into
Good luck.
invisibility.
Field of Dreams style.
Okay.
I shall remain here. I have a church to found, and I have to make sure this area is completely purged of undead.
Yeah, Rictavio just says, I shall part ways. I shall part ways for you all then. There's evil I have to seek out elsewhere. Maybe I can find a place to finally put my old body to rest. Farewell. And he begins to walk off. And now Seth, sorry.
Now that I've finally got my family back, I'm going to hopefully retake and rebuild the village that my father founded in the forest not too far from Far Coast.
Lily nods and goes, yeah. It's about time we get back to a family life that's a bit more normal than everything we've been having.
I might visit, if that's okay.
Every forest needs a druid.
I just need to be away for a little bit, I think. It's been a lot.
And with those things said, I'll regard the others, especially those who are going their separate ways, and say, for myself, I intend to turn back on this road. I have one final thing to do in Castle Ravenloft, and then I have a promise to keep to a man who suffered for far too long. A light that must never be extinguished. And Barovia requires protectors. And noticeably, because just a day later, the sun sword is still at my hip.
Okay.
And I'll add, of course, Maldrath will also be staying, but any of you who wish a bed for the night, or to visit for as long as you please, or to accompany on my pilgrimage of sorts, for whatever reason, you are welcome to it.
Yeah, I think I'll come visit. Maybe I can carry messages.
I sincerely hope you will. Continue wearing that pin with pride, Keldrin, because you have done it, pride.
I hope Elias will be okay. You should get a pin of bravery too.
On that, we're in agreement.
Oh, okay. Good luck.
Farewell, friend.
turn-
You know where to find us.
I'm sure I'll pass.
Keldrin turns into a snow leopard. Leopard. Leopard.
Leopard.
That's the word. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, that's the way it's pronounced in German.
That's fair.
And is gonna bound off into the mountainous regions.
Okay. I'm gonna go on links, but I'll have to do. So, and you all begin to bound away, and you walk off your you. You begin to walk up off your separate ways. The oars wave at you, and you think you hear a chorus of ravens from one or two of the trees as you turn away. And as you all walk off your separate ways, the fun of it is, Keldrin, you run off the mountainous regions. The funny thing is, Seth, as you walk back, approaching Far Coast, you see two entries on duty. You stare at you a moment and go, "Wait, is that? Holy crap! Get the captain quickly!" One of them rushes back into town. The other one rushes towards you and goes, "Oh man, I can't believe it! We thought you all died after that raid, but here you are. What happened? Did you find that werewolf?"
And a bit more. But
And
you
so-
needn't worry now.
And so, with that, the story of the Curse of Strahd comes to an end.
Who
And
takes
our hero-
clankers?
Clankers is
I'm
me.
so- he's-
Awesome.
yeah, he's going to mount up. I presume you've already split up the money. But
I just thought I had to mention it, that who takes clankers. Not the
Clankers
money,
is
that was
always-
clear, but clankers.
He's Maldrap Mouse Bro, but yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
you all go your separate ways and to start your lives anew. But this was not the last of their adventures, and maybe one day we'll get the chance to share their greatest adventure. It is an epic tale indeed, a tale with the fate of a continent in the balance. A tale of gods and dragons.
Oh no, Keldrin
But
does
for
not
now-
want.
But for now, go and rest our heroes. And that is how we end this session and the module. Thank you so much, guys. So much.
We did it. 3 years, we did it.
Alright, my friends, that was the Curse of Strahd. And wherever we meet again, we will catch you next time.
Oh.
Jordan,
Oh my
amazing!
God.
Well done, man.